It's officially draft week. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, it is officially the start of draft week. Draft is this Thursday, first round. Dolphins don't pick until the third round. So I thought to myself, let's look over some of the Dolphins' best third round picks, fourth round picks, and seventh round picks, and then kind of look at some undrafted free agents that the Dolphins went after. I don't have much. I have like one name on here. I tried to research all the Dolphins' best undrafted free agents. It was hard, so I'm gonna ask you guys to comment them below, and then I'm gonna look at some of the best picks in those rounds in the NFL in general. But before we jump into that, thank you guys for being understanding about this past Friday and the weekend. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm recording this on Sunday. The baby had a fever. My wife had a fever. They both got sick. I'm taking care of them. If you tell by my voice, I think I might be getting sick. So I'm recording this on Sunday, putting it out Monday. Hopefully I don't get sick. But if I do, hopefully I'm better by Thursday. I do plan on still putting a video out Wednesday, doing my mock drafts. And hopefully tomorrow I'm well enough to do a live stream Q&A. We'll see how that all pans out. I'll keep you guys updated. But again, right now I feel fine. A little rasp. But again, thank you guys for being so understanding about the baby and my wife. And one last thing, I have to shout out today's sponsor, and that is Manscaped.com. I'd like to thank Manscaped for being the sponsor of today's video. Now, if you didn't know, April is National Testicle Cancer Awareness Month. And yes, obviously Manscaped and testicle cancer awareness is going to go hand in hand for obvious reasons, but they are teaming with the Testicle Cancer Society to help essentially put the awareness out there and the understanding of testicle cancer. And that is a very big thing, because if you didn't know this, and this blew my mind, right? One man every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicle cancer. And it takes effective from age 15 to 35, and I'm turning 35, so it's something that I am taking very seriously. But again, Manscaped.com is partnering with Testicle Cancer Society for the month of April, starting from April 26th to May 22nd, and they're having this really cool new lawnmower 4.0. I'll pop it up. You'll see it has the cool purple design on it. That helps us to, remind us essentially that every once in a while, you got to check the marbles to see if you got any lumps or anything down there. They have that motto, we save balls. So this trimmer that is purple is a collector's edition, and there's only going to be 10,000 of them. So again, this promo is going to end on May 22nd. So if you do want to go out and grab yourself one, you have a limited amount of time to go out and grab yourself one of them. And with this new 4.0 purple trimmer, Manscaped.com is donating $50,000 to the Testicle Cancer Society to help fight and impact testicle cancer. So again, to purchase this new TCS Lawnmower 4.0 to support the cause, and for more information, you can perform simply routine checks and everything. You can visit this site, manscaped.com/TCS. And if you want to help support their mission to shave balls and save balls, learn more by going to manscaped.com/TCS or donate at testiclecancersociety.org. And obviously, if you want to grab yourself the Manscaped lawnmower, I think they have the t-shirts there. We save balls. You can go to manscaped.com, use the promo code TCSDDW, and you get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. So Manscaped, again, you guys are doing fantastic work with testicle cancer awareness, and you guys got some fantastic products. So again, if you want to go grab yourself some, get 20% off. Use the promo code TCSDDW to get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Okay, so let's jump into this. The third round picks. The Dolphins haven't picked in the third round first since 2002. And that's because they traded their first and second round pick to the New Orleans Saints for Ricky Williams. So hopefully Tyreek Hill is going to be on the same par and level of production as Ricky Williams was for us. So I went back as far as I possibly could to see some of the best Dolphins that we took in the third round. Now, I'm going to go from most recently to the furthest away. Most recently, Kenyon Drake. 2016, he was the 73rd overall pick, the third round pick. Doing really well he did well for the Dolphins. Didn't want to stick around after the 2019 season because of whatever reason you want to think of. Could be Brian Flores, it could be whatever, because from what I heard, they did want to give him a contract extension. He said no, he wants to test free agency. Then they traded him to the Cardinals. Then in 2005, the Dolphins took Channing Crowder, 70th overall. Love that pick. And I love Channing Crowder. He's not the best Dolphin, especially, at the linebacker position, but he was definitely very solid for the Dolphins. I remember a game-winning interception off of Tom Brady from him. Absolutely loved him. 1997, you all should know who this is. Jason Taylor, 73rd overall pick, 1974. It was a big jump. I might have missed some. You can let me know if between 97 and 74. And don't say Zach Thomas, he was a fifth-round pick. He wasn't even a fourth. So we're not going to be talking about Zach Thomas. He was a fifth-round pick. But 1974, Nat Moore, 78th overall pick, 1969. Mercury Morris, 63rd overall pick. In 1962, you got Dick Anderson, safety. Now, get some really good value out of the third overall pick. If you look at the NFL in a whole, some of the best picks that came out of the third round: Russell Wilson, Jamal Charles, Frank Gore, Alvin Kamara, Justin Houston, Navarro Borman, Tillman, T.Y. Hilton, Tyrann Mathieu, who a lot of you guys wanted the Dolphins to bring in, Brian Westbrook. A lot of value in there in the third round pick. I'm going to keep messing that up. I know I am. So, it sucks not having a first and a second. It's all up to your preference and your opinion whether you think Tyreek Hill was worth that first and a second, and is he going to change the dynamic of the offense and just what he can do by himself to be worth that first and a second. But there's a ton of value in that third round pick. Like I said, I just gave you a bunch of names. I gave you a bunch of names in the NFL in general. That ton of value in that third, right? Again, I would prefer to have my first and second, but to have Tyreek Hill, it's good. Then we look at the fourth, because our next pick is the fourth round pick. It's funny, I went throughout the history of the Miami Dolphins. They didn't have many fourth round picks throughout their years. They seemed to trade them away. But I found about 4 Dolphins that I thought were incredibly good, especially coming out as a fourth round pick. Lamar Miller in 2012, he was the 97th overall pick. Absolutely loved that pick for the Dolphins. Brian Hartline in 2009, he was the 108th overall pick. Underappreciated Brian Hartline. If Wes Welker didn't come back as our wide receiver coach, I would have loved to see Brian Hartline be our wide receiver coach. Absolutely love him. Still have his jersey and I still wear it. 2007, Paul Soliai. Very, very good defensive tackle. Again, 108th overall pick. And in 2002, Randy McMichael, pick 114. I think he's the second best tight end we have. When it comes to stats, he might be the first in some, maybe touchdowns. Absolutely dangerous tight end. And then if you look in the NFL in general, Devontae Freeman, Quan Alexander, Stephen Gostkowski, Asante Samuel, Jair Evans, Geno Atkins, all of these guys, fourth round picks. Dak Prescott, Brandon Marshall was a fourth round pick in 2006. He was pick 119. Jared Allen, 2004, pick 126. So you can still get a ton of value in that fourth round pick. Now I'm going to talk about the seventh, right? Will we have our sevenths by the end of the draft? I don't know. Package them together, jump into the sixth, take the player that you really want if he's falling into the sixth round. But there are some real good gems. You look at 2018, Sandman with the 229th pick. He had a little bit of a slump last year, but you can't deny how good Sanders has been for the Miami Dolphins. In 2012, we have Rashad Matthews with a 227 pick. For the production he got, not only with the Dolphins, but some with the Tennessee Titans, the 7th round pick is really good there. Brandon Fields, punter in 2007 with 225. Brandon Fields was really good for the Dolphins. And then 67, Jake Scott, the original number 13, Super Bowl MVP, 7th round pick there. So again, looking at, and the reason why I did this is it's a bummer only to have a 3rd, a 4th, and 2 7ths in this draft. And a lot of people think, and they even asked Chris Greer, well, is the draft not that important to you? You could still get a ton of value out of your 3rd, the 4th. And there are some gems you can find in the 7th. There's also undrafted guys. Now, we have Nick Needham on the team now. He was an undrafted guy. Preston Williams. He had so much potential. Still on the team. But that man cannot stay healthy. Now, I know you guys are going to throw out some names in the comment section. Hey, Doug, why don't you talk about this undrafted guy? Now, again, I tried to find a full list of undrafted Miami Dolphins, right? And I couldn't find a full list. So I was trying to, scurry through my brain, can I think of, now, I don't know. I don't think Jeremiah Bell was undrafted. I think he was a 6th rounder. Again, I'm trying to think of Dolphins that were undrafted. Now, Wes Walker was not undrafted to the Dolphins. In 2004, he was undrafted to the Chargers. Still a very good undrafted player. You have, and then people want to say Cameron Wake. He was not. We signed him from the Canadian League. He was actually undrafted to the Giants in 2005. They cut him once the Canadian League came down to the Dolphins. Larry Little, another guy people might think undrafted to the Dolphins. Nope. Chargers in 67. Dolphins traded for him in 69. But you have some great value with there at the undrafted. Kurt Warner, Antonio Gates. You have very great value there in those undrafted picks. So again, the reason for me making this video is to kind of... Thursday is going to probably be a bore for us Dolphin fans. I'm still going to live stream Thursday. So I will see you guys probably 8 o'clock on Thursday. Going to live stream the draft. But it sucks, right? Our first pick isn't until 102. And we have to sit around and wait for 2 whole rounds. And a lot of it's just going to be who's going to fall, right? We'll watch the draft. We'll hang out on that Thursday and Friday. I'm doing Friday as well until our first pick. And a lot of it's going to be us watching who falls. This player fell out of the first. Holy crap, there's a possibility that shifts talent towards the 3rd. So that's what a lot of we're going to be doing on Thursday and Friday is seeing who's going to fall to us. And could we get a steal at 102? Is there a potential linebacker? You guys know the linebacker I want. I think he's out of Wisconsin. Could fall to 102. Take him. Leo Chanel. I think that's how you say his name. Chanelli. That's what I want. If he falls to the Dolphins into 102, which I doubt, we'll see. A lot of that happens in the draft is trends or runs start to happen. You'll see a tackle go, and all of a sudden you see another tackle go, and then teams will start to get antsy that, oh crap, there's going to be a run, and they'll start to trade up. And then you start to see a run at tackles, and some might be reached, Austin Jackson, because they're afraid that they're not going to get the tackle they want at the position that they initially were going to draft in. So again, mostly I did this because to show there's still value. We can still get some really good starters. We can still get some potential Hall of Famers in the 3rd, the 4th, the 7th, even undrafted. So comment below if I missed any that you liked. Again, I didn't say Zach Thomas. He was a 5th round pick. I didn't see Cameron Wake or Wes Walker. They weren't undrafted to the Dolphins. So comment below. Did I miss any 3rd, 4th, 7th rounders that you really liked that the Dolphins took? Any undrafted guys? I definitely only named Nick Needham and Preston Williams. Not even Preston Williams as one of the best. Comment below any undrafted guys I missed. And I'm going to get to one of you guys. Comments of the day. And this comment comes from Fernando. And he says, comment of the day. Even if we get improvement from AJ and Lee, essentially Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg, they're at the bottom of the O-line rankings. How is right tackle, blindside, ! Not a need for you? Betting that they will become above average is too much of a risk. How about you break down offensive tackle draft prospects? P.S. Zach Tom put up ridiculous combine. I think he could be above Luke, but both seem awesome options. So, good question. right? You're banking on Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg. I don't even think Liam Eichenberg's his arms are too short to be a tackle. They might try to kick him inside the guard or potentially have him compete at center. But you're 100% correct. You're betting on a guy who struggled his 2 years. Well, 2019 wasn't as bad. 2020 wasn't as bad for Austin Jackson as 2021 was. But you're banking on these guys to be good for Tua's blind side. Now, the reason I didn't list them as a top need for me is having Teron Armstead and Connor Williams on the offensive line is seriously going to help that, right? The Dolphins last year had no one good on the whole offensive line. So you couldn't really shift protections and leave one of the tackles on an island by themselves because they were all that bad. That's why a lot of the good plays that happened, a lot of the deep plays that happened for the Dolphins, there was like 7 staying in. There was a tight end and a running back or 2 tight ends. And there was literally 7 blocking 4 at some point to give Tua enough time for that deep crossing route to Waddle against the Titans and against the Ravens. We had to keep 7 in for that stuff to happen because the offensive line was so bad you couldn't leave someone on an island. Now that Teron Armstead's there, you could shift the protection to the right and leave him on that island and give some help on that right side, on that blind side. But you're 100% correct. I just don't see it as a need because I don't see the Dolphins doing that. Like, to me, the center is a little bit more important to me, being that we have 1 and we have about, I think, 6 tackles. But you're 100% correct. Right tackle is incredibly important. But to me, I could see Austin Jackson doing better at right tackle, especially with the amount of coaching that is being brought in, and Adam Baum and our offensive coordinator, Applebaum, and our offensive coordinator. So that's why I didn't have tackle up there, especially because literally Teron Armstead is our left tackle, and we have about 5 guys who are competing for right tackle. That's my thought process, right? You have Jones, you have Eichenberg, you have Austin Jackson. There's probably going to be more that I'm missing. You can even take Robert Hunt, put him at right tackle, would be better and did really good in 2020. So that's my thought process, and that's why I didn't have the tackle position as a top need because of the dynamic Teron Armstead on the one side, being able to shift and do all that stuff. So I hope I answered your question. It is a risk if he sucks. But that's what it seems to be a risk that the Dolphins are taking. Dolphins don't seem to be because there's still Dwayne Brown out there who they can pick up for cheap, and he's a vet. Put him at right tackle. Really help that offensive line. But the Dolphins are sitting pat with who they have. Now, they might wait till after the draft, depending on how the draft falls to them. Because that's what I could see happening with Reuben Foster and Ingram. After the draft, they're gonna get signed. If the Dolphins can get a middle linebacker in this draft, if it doesn't fall for them, they'll probably sign Reuben Foster. And same thing with pass rush. They'll probably bring in Melvin Ingram. So the same thing might happen at right tackle. So I'm not saying it's not a need. I didn't put it as a need. It was more, I don't see the Dolphins addressing it. I think they have so many tackles that they're probably not going to address it. So for now, I hope I answered your question. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow for the live stream where I'm going to answer a bunch of your questions for about an hour. Hopefully the feeling I have right now subsides and it isn't as bad. I've been holding back a cough the entire time I'm recording this, and I probably edited out some other coughs, being that I was taking care of 2 sick people all weekend. So hopefully I see you tomorrow, but I'll definitely, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. I'll definitely see you Wednesday for the mock draft. So I'm going to do about 3 or 4, bunch of different websites. And then I will definitely see you Thursday night for round 1 of the NFL draft and Friday for round 2. And then I will be on Big O show at 3:30 on Saturday doing some draft stuff over there. But other than that, guys, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.